All right, we have a training camp update for a couple of teams, starting with the Cavs. It's been a little bit since I've talked about the Cleveland Cavaliers with the NBA season coming up. Figured I might as well throw an update in about them. Tristan Thompson will be back in a Cavs uniform this season. He signed to a one-year deal. Obviously, he was a lineup staple during the second LeBron era. He was on the championship winning team. His role won't be nearly as prominent now as it was then. However, he will definitely be coming off of the bench. They already have Jarrett Allen starting as center. They also have Damian Jones at center coming off the bench. Maybe Tristan Thompson they can feel like he can compete with, perhaps even take that bench center spot. They could also move him to power forward if they really wanted to. Maybe somebody like Georges Niang or Dean Wade could either move up to the small forward or three spot coming off the bench, or maybe if Tristan Thompson's out there, one of those guys will just have to sit and wait their turn. But the Cavs, they certainly had their issues rebounding the ball against the New York Knicks in their playoff series, and Tristan Thompson is a guy who can definitely help out in that regard. He's never really been all that dynamic of a scorer, but the philosophy is going to be that, other players on the court can make up for that, and he's going to be able to grab the boards on defense, make sure that the opponents don't get second chance opportunities, or Tristan Thompson can grab an offensive board every now and then, maybe draw a foul. Not the best free throw shooter either, but if he's going to be drawing fouls, and that's going to be something that the Cavs could definitely use. Or this could also just be a move in order to try to give the Cavs some more good vibes. Hopefully not, he won't be a distraction or be distracted himself by some sort of affair or Kardashian related event that has seemed to have followed him around the past couple of years. But this Cavs team, they are a team that has aspirations for some deep playoff runs, as indicated by their move to get Donovan Mitchell. And they are going to need some veteran presence, obviously, with Danny Green moving on. Even if it is just as primarily somebody who's going to be on the bench, Tristan Thompson can definitely provide the Cavs with some championship and playoff experience there. The Cavaliers have also given training camp contracts to Sharif Cooper, Pete Nance, and Justin Powell. While I don't personally anticipate any of these guys really getting any NBA time after training camp ends, all three of them have shown some nice flashes at lower levels, like in the Summer League or in the G League at certain points. And then this might be, maybe that we'll see these players before they begin to take off NBA careers of their own, kind of like knowing a band before they make it big. This is an opportunity to see some perhaps future contributors in a Cavs uniform or maybe elsewhere in the NBA in general. And then you also have President of Basketball Operations Kobe Altman, who was arrested for operating a vehicle while impaired. He committed a marked lanes violation and refused a breathalyzer. There aren't too many official details out there other than that, so I'm not going to get too speculative on this matter. I have no idea if the Cavs or the NBA have any plans to take extra disciplinary measures. I guess we'll see as time goes on. It's just something that is pretty extremely avoidable. If you've gotten too much alcohol in your system, just get an Uber. And it's not like Kobe Altman's on his last dime or anything. He's a high-level NBA front office executive, president of hockey ops, general manager, all that stuff. So shouldn't have been. This is something that should not have been happening. However, this is a first-time occurrence for Kobe Altman. I'm just hopeful that this doesn't become a repeat issue, and hopefully Kobe Altman can, next time he's been out and about. Again, just call an Uber, just call up a buddy of yours. No reason to get behind the wheel when you're not supposed to. Then we have a training camp update for the Columbus Blue Jackets, and there's already injuries to talk about. It was something that was a common theme last season, and heading into training camp doesn't seem all that different. Goaltender Daniil Tarasov and winger Kirill Marchenko both out day to day with very minor injury issues. It's been said that if there was regular season hockey going on, they would still be playing. However, Matthew Olivier out week to week, recovering from a broken leg he suffered last season. There's been some complications in the recovery process there, and the Blue Jackets knew that he'd have to miss some of camp. Jake Bean also out week to week with an abductor strain. He missed most of last season with another major injury. Just some really bad injury luck as of late for Jake Bean. And on the first day of training camp, Boone Jenner took a puck to the face. It wasn't believed to be serious, and he was back out on the ice today, so he should be good to go. However, Yegor Chinakhov was not on the ice today in training camp. Hopefully it isn't anything that can threaten the regular season. It doesn't seem to be an issue that he came with coming in, because Chinakhov was off of the injury report heading into camp, and now that he's not on the ice, hopefully it's just some kind of day-to-day maintenance work for him. You also have Pascal Vincent warning fans not to look too deep into some of the lines we see at training camp, especially with Pascal Vincent. He's going to be trying some different things out, so what we see in training camp might not necessarily be what we see in day one of the regular season once October 12th rolls around. I mean, you can tell us not to speculate all we want, but if we see an interesting line combination, we're gonna take that and run with it just a little bit. You also had Elvis Merzlikins. He was in net for about 30 minutes in a scrimmage, and he didn't give up a goal. I mentioned this at the tail end because while that is a good sign of things to come, it's not necessarily all that meaningful. I mean, if he goes out this year and has a similar season to last season, there won't be a silver lining of, well, he had a shutout in 30 minutes of a scrimmage during training camp. It's just a nice little, hopefully a nice little sign of things to come. Hopefully Elvis Merzlikins has a bounce back year. Hopefully the defensive core is a little better with some of the new additions and Werenski coming back from injury, and hopefully that helps Elvis calm down a little bit in his own net. You could tell last year he was kind of playing with some shaky confidence, but hopefully with the offseason and the new defensive additions, hopefully Elvis can keep himself in control of the puck and control his rebounds, and this scrimmage certainly was a good first step. So that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you didn't make it this far into it, leave a like and a subscribe if you enjoyed it and you'd like to see more like it. You can leave a comment about how you feel about the upcoming seasons for the Cavs and the Jackets down below, and I will see you at the next one.